All right, we're live. I'm here with Marcel. We're just gonna get to know him a little bit. How's it going, man?
It's my persona dropped.
all
I'm now gonna be quiet and mopey
right,
and very unpleasant.
you're gonna make me work here.
Yeah, I mean, what do you mean? How am I? Well, I don't know. That's a complicated question.
How are you feeling? Do, do your legs hurt?
From what?
Just existing. Like, are they just sore?
Actually, interestingly, I had like a big. I don't know if it's like some kind of allergy, but like I had like my feet hurting for some reason, like just slightly hurting all the time. I don't know what's up with that.
Maybe your
It's
shoes
very
are too
weird.
small.
No, I don't wear shoes. I,
Never.
I mean, it's the Corona thing, so like
Okay.
I don't go out that much, so like it's not from that.
What about socks? Maybe you have compression socks on.
No, no, no. My feet are bare and free all
Okay.
the time.
Do you paint your nails?
No, I have two short hands. I couldn't reach.
you
Like
couldn't reach your toes.
couldn't reach my toes.
No, I just meant like generally, how are you? I mean, with the coronavirus thing, have you been going outside or do you miss it?
No,
No, to both.
what?
To both questions. You haven't
Uh,
been going outside and you don't miss it.
well, I've been, the here, the Corona thing was mainly dropped because people, I guess, got tired of it, and now they're trying to like reintroduce society back into society. I think that's wrong, personally. I think there's gonna be like a big comeback of the virus, but yeah, I'm
Have you been
fine.
Have you been reading a lot about it or?
No, I just what I know is like not much has changed actually in the in the spread of the virus,
Mhm.
and and people seem to think that it's over, and it doesn't seem like it's over, even though people want it to be over now because it's like, well, it's been like a couple of months. People just like, okay, this coronavirus thing, it was fun for a while, but let's that's enough now.
I don't know if they thought it was
Unfortunately,
fun.
that's not how it works.
Yeah.
I'm gonna adjust my chair because I'm trying to sit in a different position. Ooh, this is a fun angle. Yeah, I feel so tall right now.
I didn't really notice much of a difference, to be honest.
I
but
mean, there's a difference for me because I was like leaning forward a bit, and now I just am all the way back. So yeah,
okay.
but like I'm in the same position in space. Just the chair is closer to my back.
Do you spend a lot of time in this chair now that you're in quarantine?
Yes, I like the idea of myself of just like I don't leave this chair. Haven't left this chair for months, which is not true necessarily, but it's pretty much true.
Is it a good chair? A lot of us are staying at home right now. Would you recommend it?
I love this chair. Actually, Peter had this chair before, but I think he changed it for a different chair, which is blasphemous, and I think he should be burned in hell for that. It's the best chair ever. A lot of people have it. It's like the plain chair from IKEA. Like
Oh,
there
okay.
are two chairs who are very similar to this one, uh, because I think this one's like leather. I don't know if it's real leather or not, and the other one is like mesh. This one's better. That one looks kind of frail.
Do you know what it's called?
I don't know. I call it IKEA chair.
Okay. Yeah, I was actually looking into chairs recently, so I think I know which one you're talking about,
I
but
could
I don't
probably
remember
look
the
it
name
up.
of it either.
IKEA chair. Yes, it's. I think it's literally the first chair. Oh no, that's the worst one. But it's very similar. Okay, IKEA chair shopping. Which one is it gonna be? Oh, it's not there. How shameful. Like the first one looks kind of like the chair, but it doesn't have the side things. I think it's a version of that mesh one. I think I found it. No, that's also the worst one. Okay, is this? I'm gonna find this chair now. I don't care if it's uninteresting.
How are you determining which one's better?
Uh, just seeing which one is mine and which one is not
Yeah,
mine.
but how did you determine before?
Well, it's just like the handles look kind of small and like not very sturdy. And that one seems like
Okay.
more slim and like I think it would be more likely to break just from the looks of it. Gee, I cannot find it.
So this wasn't like based on reviews or something. Is this just kind of
No,
your
it's
analysis of the
like
two chairs?
just. I mean, I didn't know the second one existed until I got this one. Uh, I just like I was the one time I was in IKEA, I got the chair, and I've had it since then for like 6 years probably, something like that.
What about this microphone stand you got here? What's going on with that?
Well, I've got this. I've had this for probably since February of last year. So like
Do you have a podcast or something?
no, I just have a I don't know.
What made you want a fancy mic?
I need. Well, I make music.
Oh, okay.
First of all, and I just like I do try like making videos and stuff like that. Not very success. I've tried doing it since like 2011, since I was like that little, maybe even littler.
I can't really tell what scale you're using here, but
Yeah, I don't know. So like this is like about my height, right? You know my height, of course, and like that's probably and I'm sitting. You have to take into account that I am sitting, so I was
yeah,
probably like this high if I was actually standing as a as of 2011,
right. I mean, you were
probably.
9 years
Yeah,
younger, so you were
yeah.
younger than you are now.
9 years shorter.
right.
Yeah, yeah. So like I've been using, I'm doing a lot of stuff that is very helpful to have a good microphone. So I have a good microphone, which this one's probably not worth it. You can get like a very similar one for like 3 times less the price. But yeah, oh well.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, it's
Gotta
really
say,
nice. Although it's little quiet. Are the levels fine? Is it too quiet? Maybe
seems good to
with
me.
okay, because like I have the crank almost all the way up, always, and it's quiet. That's like the one major downside of it.
Hmm. What kind of instruments do you play?
Guitar, which I'm probably best at, but not good at. Don't confuse those two. Uh,
Sure.
sometimes mess around with keyboards. I used to do it more. Now I don't do it as much. I've got like a little MIDI keyboard right in front of me. I've got like an old, um, just like normal keyboard without touch sensitivity. So like if I was put in front of a piano, I would probably massacre it. Yeah, and I play bass. I really like bass. That was the first instrument I picked up. But like with mine, the wiring broke, and I do not know how to fix it. So I don't play it, and I miss it very much.
Hmm.
Playing bass. Yeah,
What kind of
and I
music
would
are you
say,
into? Oh,
and I
sorry.
would say I'm pretty good at programming drums. I cannot play them. I can play like a basic drum beat, but like I think over the years I've become pretty good at writing for drums. Thing like yeah, even though they aren't real drums, I think they sound pretty good.
Hmm. I guess,
You know.
do you see similarities between playing the bass and programming like drums?
I mean, it's all on a timeline. You know, like you've got like a bar, and you've got some notes there. It's the same with drums because there's rhythm, right? You have to play
Mhm.
every instrument with rhythm. I don't know if every instrument. If you play like one droning note, then probably not. But
Right.
yeah, but you have to play bass with rhythm also, and it's a very uh I forgot what I was talking about
We
at
were
the
just talking
time.
about bass and drums. Or,
Yeah, bass and drums, very good, very nice. I don't know what I said, but it was probably bullshit.
uh, I don't think so. Um, yeah, I was just asking you if you were see some similarities with those that's kind of crossing over for you, because I was thinking about them both being pretty rhythmic.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's actually good to like know as many instruments as you can, especially piano and drums probably, and bass would probably be the third to know, like at least the basics of, because if you can play one instrument, if you have that reference to the other instrument, then you can play your instrument better, I think. Like for example, I don't imagine uh trying to play bass without like knowing chords or shit like that.
Right. So, do you consider yourself a musician? Is that like one of the main hobbies you have, or do you consider it like a potential profession?
I don't know. I'll see what happens.
Okay.
I don't think I'm very good, but I enjoy it quite a lot.
Do you want to share like anything on my channel here that you've done?
No.
Like I could link to it, like not right now, but
I've got
if you want to perform something live.
I've got like no. I've got
Okay.
like I made like 3 albums and like uploaded them to a website, but I don't think they're very good. Some songs, there's probably like 5 songs that are decent, and the other things are probably not that good. So like I wouldn't link to it. Rather, I always like the newest stuff that I make, but the newest stuff that I make is not up anywhere until I make it into like an album thing. So yeah.
So why don't you think they're good?
I don't think I'm a very good singer. I'm working on that too. I don't know. They're very repetitive, all of them, which I'm still guilty of. I'll just like repeat the same thing over and over again and do different things on top of it because
Okay.
I don't spend enough time at like building the bass and the progression of the song, and I spend most of my time at like building it up a bit, I guess. Yeah.
So if you're doing the same thing, why not just like rework the same song? Why are you like creating new songs instead?
Mm, I do whatever I can do at the time because I'm sort of not in control of myself with creating. It's just something, if I'm feeling inspired, I will do it until I don't feel inspired anymore. And yeah, and if like a song doesn't inspire me, then how can I like come up with more stuff to add to it? I just cannot physically do it.
Okay. I guess I'm relating it back. I haven't really made much music myself, but I've done like a lot of like painting and stuff in the past. So with that, if I don't
I
like it,
see
I
you
just like
having
keep
a,
working
a,
on it.
gui- a guitar there in the background.
Yeah, that's not mine, but
But you just have it to get more girls. Or
it's actually my fiance's, so
yeah, so for
so
her to get more girls
it came with
and
the girl instead.
attached. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of the opposite. Um, but yeah, I was just saying with the painting, yeah, if I'm not happy about it, I just keep building onto it. So
Yeah, I mean I get it. I wish I was like that, but like I've got this song I've worked on for like a year now, and I cannot quite do the vocal on it. And yeah, and
mhm.
I try and try more, and I just cannot get it to sound the way it um I want it to sound. And I kind of got it like almost great at the first try, and I'm trying to imitate most of my first try with it, but I just cannot do it in the same way. That's really annoying me
Hmm.
because I think yeah the vocals should be done like immediately as you thought of them. I think that's the healthiest way for me to do it because otherwise I just lose the character of them, and I don't have the skill or whatever to bring it back.
Hmm. Do you ever do collaborations, or is it just by yourself?
No, I mean if I had, someone to collaborate with, that would be pretty fun. But like yeah, I don't know anybody, and I don't want to do it through the internet because I think the point of a collaboration is just to have somebody like with you in the room just, tossing around ideas. Uh and working on it like that, as opposed to, hey, I'll make a bit of the song, you make a bit of the song, and we'll have a song. I
Mhm.
don't think that's something I would like to do.
But you haven't done it either way.
I mean, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think I did. I don't think I have.
Hmm. Well, I hope you get to sometime. Um,
Yeah.
so I guess you don't have friends who are into music in the same way that you are.
In the same way, no, I was always like more into music than my friends were, because I did like meet up with some people and try to write songs, but like it never worked out for
Yeah.
different reasons. Just I could just like sit there for like 10 hours and just until the song is finished, and they would just hey, it's 2 hours. I got things to do that are more important than this. Bye, you know, and the whole time we spend just fucking around, uh, just playing some stupid stuff, throwing memes at each other or something like that.
Like joke chords. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with Joe. No, it's just someone would start playing like a meme song, or something like that. I always play the beginning of what the theme of Jurassic Park on the highest string of the guitar.
Okay.
It sounds super stupid. That's for example of a meme.
Okay.
Or just talking about some stuff, and I'm like, I think that's fine. Like, I think we should just like take all the time that we need and just get it out of our system. But people just get tired, I guess.
But it's usually the other person that gets tired first. Is that what you were saying there?
Oh, I mean, we we sort of like, if it's like, let's say it's like three people, then one person will get like tired, they need to like rest for a bit, then the other two people will like try to do something, but they fail, and yeah, and it switches around, and then at some point somebody goes, yeah, I'm going home.
Right.
I'm like, no, we need to sit on it, we need to finish it, and they're like, no.
You know,
Which
what?
which should suggest this is not how I usually am in life. Just to be clear, this is just like the one little area when I can just like, yeah, let's work on it, because I like to work on something until it's finished. I don't
Hmm.
like taking breaks very much, because I work in like bursts of energy. I like, okay, we have to like ride this wave until it,
Yeah.
breaks, because I don't know when the next one is gonna come. Look at me using analogies there.
The wave.
Yeah, the wave, the wave at your back, Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
made me think of that.
Yeah, he wasn't talking about an actual
Yeah,
wave there,
it's not
everyone.
a disclaimer. It's not. It was not an actual wave that I was describing right now.
I was gonna say, like, I tried to play this guitar a little bit before, but my hands got tired in like minutes, so I totally understand.
I mean, I like having everything because I'm super lazy. So like
Dainty
I like
fingers.
having everything just very close by. So like I have my guitar like here. I'll show like a bit of it.
Hmm.
Uh and like I just like if I feel like it, I'll just pick it up for even a few minutes and just play it. It's so that's why I like having access to it.
Right.
Just to do it. It's very dusty. Just because if there's like a guitar in a different room and you have to go for it, and it's like I'm like I don't want to do that,
Yeah.
so I just have it here.
Yeah, I totally get that. I haven't really done much art since college, and I feel like part of it's because I don't have anywhere where stuff is set up, and I don't want to have to like get everything out, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's just like a hassle to get it all out and then have to clean it all up too. So I would like to have a dedicated space for that. I guess it seems easier with a guitar; you just kind of throw it in the corner.
Yeah, definitely. Feel bad for I wouldn't do
All
it
right.
if I had to like set this all up every time. I don't even use an amp when I play the electric guitar, because I just like there's cables and the cable is there, so I have to go for it, and I won't.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh, all right. So, what
Have
else
you
do you like
tried
to do?
like like drawing, or do you just like you like painting, right? That's what
Uh,
you're doing.
I mean, painting is the one that has like a bigger barrier, and yeah, I like doing that more than drawing. I think, which I'm not totally sure why, but I
The
used to.
scale, or like
Sorry.
just the feel of it.
Yeah, and like the way you can like build on the stuff.
Oh, okay. I don't know anything about painting.
Well, so like when you draw, you make a line on a page. Um, your only real option is to like keep drawing or erase it. But with painting, you're kind of like building and layering things, so you have sort of a transparency, intertwining, and stuff like that. So just there's more going on in general, but it's more fun to me to mix colors and things like that. So you know.
Yeah, I guess you cannot really replicate that easily in any way.
Uh, so I mean, you can use like Photoshop type stuff.
I mean, but like then it doesn't mix the same way, right?
I mean, they have some pretty good software for like simulating brush strokes and things like that. I kind of need to learn that stuff and haven't really gone out of my way to. I did get a pen that's compatible with my laptop, so I can draw on my laptop here. Just draw on your face. Um, but I don't do it too much. I should do it more, but I don't know.
Yeah, laziness, very bad.
Yeah, I mean laziness. Like I'm doing other things. I don't know. It
Oh yeah,
hasn't been
yeah. You're
prioritized.
you're doing stuff, I guess. I cannot comprehend that quite. That people do stuff actually, as opposed to just, yeah, I did one thing a day. Leave me alone.
Did you do one thing today?
I don't think I did anything today.
Or you
I
did this
did.
now?
I did do homework.
Okay.
Yesterday night.
Okay.
So yeah, that was a big thing. I need to rest for at least a month now after that.
Sure. You do your homework once a month and then you rest.
Yeah.
How do
Yeah.
your teachers respond to that?
I mean, in high school when there was like homework every day, I just didn't do it because that put me in a very wrong state. I was just like have my homework, laid out on the desk, and I would just stare at it for like hours without actually doing it. It was very um soul crushing.
Why didn't you do it?
Uh, just felt it was not. I just felt it was like a big chore, and I didn't. I found it was stupid, and couldn't. I don't know. Just couldn't get myself to do it. So
You
then
just
I
didn't.
like sort of had to, in order to preserve my mental health, and I'm not exaggerating here when I when I'm saying that. I had to just start to find ways to like get away without doing it at the end.
How would you do that?
Well, most of like often they wouldn't check homework, so like it was just like try to predict when they would check it. Um,
Okay.
I mean, sometimes I would like just before a class, I would just like take it from someone else. Or I would actually sometimes do homework at when I had like a break long enough for me to let me do that. But like I just at home, I just couldn't make myself do it because I would just rather do something else. And instead, I just did nothing until
Because
I,
you were
just
trying to do it, but you couldn't get
yeah,
yourself to do it, so you just
yeah,
did nothing.
yeah.
Hmm. Did you try
Bad
and get any
times.
help for this,
What kind of help?
like a tutor?
I mean, how is a tutor gonna work me with that?
Or
I don't
help
know.
you be motivated to do it? Sounds like you were having trouble
No,
motivating yourself.
I feel that kind of motivation would only demotivate me further. You know.
Having someone else there demotivates you.
Yeah, the same way I used to like have bass lessons and I had to quit that because I just wasn't feeling it. I didn't want to play if I like felt like I had to play. I just, I have to if I want to do something, I have to like want to do it as opposed to, being it a making it a chore.
What if someone tells you not to do something?
I don't know. Depends on a thing, I guess.
Don't do your homework.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way, unfortunately.
All right, you're too complex for me. I can't figure you out.
Well, I'm not trying to do it in spite, to spite somebody.
Right.
It's just, it's not me working against, uh, the person who wants to teach me. It's me just not having the motivation to do it. I don't know how to describe it. How to
Do you,
describe it in
do
a
you
different
struggle
way.
with motivation in general, or is this
Mm, I don't know. I just try to work around it, I guess. Uh,
Like, what about things that you want to do? Is there like stuff that you want to do, but then you don't feel motivated to do it?
I don't want to do much usually, so
Okay.
I don't think I'm encountering that problem very
Well,
often.
so like, say you want to play bass, but do you feel like sometimes you have to force yourself to do it, or you just go and do it if you want to?
No, if I want to play bass, the only reason I wouldn't play bass would be if I had no access to bass, or like I had to like go out of my way to
Right.
set up a bass, which I everything is set up in the way that I could play bass. If it worked, I could play it immediately. That's why this guitar is here. I don't have to set it up. I don't have to do anything. It's just here.
But
Super easy.
sometimes there's like a physical barrier in your way, or and that
Yeah,
that
there's
that could
just
demotivate you.
the having to expend too much effort can demotivate me. Though, as I said, I set it up so like it doesn't happen.
What if someone doesn't want you to be playing bass? Do you care?
I don't know. It depends. Does that person have any control over me in any way? If yes, I care and I am very hurt and I am very sad and very mad. But if not, then
Control? Is that what you
whatever.
said?
What?
You say control over you?
Yeah.
What if it's just like a roommate? It's more like a mutual. Like, could you just not do that right now?
Mm, well, thankfully I don't have a roommate. But if like I did, I like I don't play loud music at night because I'll wake up people. I just have to live with it. I guess you know sucks if I want to like do
Mm,
something in the night,
sure.
but I can't. But I can play the guitar. It's quiet enough. I can plug it into my audio interface here, and I can play it through my computer speakers. So like that wouldn't be a problem. I guess if I wanted to like um sing in the night, time I that's the only thing I couldn't do. But yeah,
Howling like
I
a
have to
cat in
live
the
with
alleyway.
it. What?
Said howling like a cat in the alleyway at
Yeah,
night.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm aiming for with my style of singing. uh, yeah, so I just don't do that.
When you
Sucks, but life.
when you record a new song, do you like immediately share it with people you know, or do you just kind of keep it to yourself?
Depends how good it is.
Right. Sure.
Mostly just listen to it over and over again, feeling so proud with myself, and I listen to it until I'm bored of it and I think it's the worst song ever. That's my
Sure.
that's my process. And if it's like I really really like it, then I would probably like share it somewhere. At least with the kind of main couple of people who are interested in any way in my musical endeavors.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you know who's interested in your musical endeavors?
Just people I talk about it with. I've sent my songs to many people, and people who are actually invested in it in some way. That's who I send it to. If it's a good song.
Do you get nervous about how they're going to respond to it?
No.
Do you ever get negative feedback?
Mm, I guess, yeah, sure.
How
But it's,
how do you
it's
feel about it?
mostly, thankfully, this is not very good criticism, so I sleep uh well because it's never anything to do with my technical skill or my skill in general. It's more like I don't like this sort of stuff, Like I don't like that you have this super high droning sound that's very distorted and very loud in my left ear. It's really it hurts my ear, and I'm like, well, oh well, no everybody, not everybody's gonna like that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that kind of music. I really like the Velvet Underground. Do you know the Velvet Underground?
Yeah, I know who they are. I don't know them super well, but
Yeah, they make that sort of music also. I don't want to say at the music like the Velvet Underground, but like
well,
I
sure.
try sometimes to go into these kind of unpleasant areas.
Would you say they are like one of your musical inspirations, or
Yes, very much. I'd say like the Velvet Underground is like one like the more I don't know if sophisticated is the right word, but like the more you know. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it.
avant-garde?
I mean, obviously, but like I think it's like a higher level of you have to like it's not what you're naturally going to be inclined to listen to. I think you have to have like a sort of period of uh, baptism, ha- just like a baptism with those sorts of sound. Like I had like with listening to the first Pink Floyd album, for example. That's the kind of thing you wouldn't be like um into right away, but you just have to like kind of get used to it and interested in it, and then you enjoy that kind of music,
Hmm.
I guess. Which I don't do that sort of stuff. My shit is more simple than that because I'm lazy.
Sure. Sounds like you're kicking yourself down a little bit, but I'm sure it's cool. I don't know why you don't want to share it, but um, well, we've talked about your music quite a bit here. Do you have any like goals, be it short term or long term for yourself?
I I would probably like to lose weight. That would be pretty nice.
Okay.
This is a very broad goal. I'm doing some steps towards it. Mm, yeah, I think I'm doing quite well at it at the moment. I have like a good period with that right now. Yeah, that's probably yeah. That's I guess that's my goal. One and apart from that, I just found that making goals isn't very helpful because it just I had a bunch of goals when I was younger, but they all seem to like not work out. So I'm just trying to take life as it comes.
Hmm. Well, Um, I guess what kind of stuff are you doing to lose weight? If you
Mm,
feel like talking about it.
well, I mostly quit drinking Coke, and I think that's like the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I'm a very picky eater, and I don't eat that much compared to like a normal person. I do have like shittier metabolism, but like that's beside the point. I just like I think that stuff makes you fat, I guess.
Yeah.
So like
I think
quitting that is like the biggest thing
yeah, I think they often
that I
refer to
did.
stuff like that as like empty calories. It's just like additional stuff you don't.
Well, I don't know. I know like it's a lot of sugar in that, and it
Mhm.
fucks up your metabolism too.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's mostly that. Yeah, so just quitting that is like the biggest thing.
Okay. What about your previous goals that kind of didn't work out for you? Is there a particular example you have? That's that's
Mm,
kind of gotten you off of goals in general.
well, I wanted to study a different thing mostly, and I was like, I envision what I'm gonna do in the future. I don't really want to go into it, open an old wound.
Oh, okay.
I guess it's still possible to do what I wanted to do, but like not in the same way, and it doesn't seem like I'm heading in that direction. So yeah, I don't know.
I see. Well, hope that works out for you. We do have a question in the chat here pop up for us. What would you get? What would get you to move when you feel like you've doubled down and not doing something? So I think we were talking about this a
Mm.
little bit earlier.
Well, I think it's a really broad question, but like mostly survival. Like if you're gonna start starve to death, you're probably going to expend some effort to expense. Is it expand? I don't think it's expand. I think it's expend some effort
Yeah,
to
expend some energy or
some effort to get yourself out of that situation. So I guess that if I was starving and dying, uh,
could you trick yourself into thinking that you would starve and die if you didn't do your homework?
I don't think so. I mean, other people sort of do in a way because, like, yeah, I have to do my homework in order to get my degree, in order to have a good job, but I don't believe in that sort of stuff. At least in high school, because even though like I fucked up all my grades in high school, the final exams I did just fine. So I didn't have any problems later on. So it was all ultimately, as I suspected, meaningless.
Okay. Um, I guess it is somewhat about sort of tapping into the bigger picture there, where like seeing that doing your homework is going to impact that stuff down the road, right? In the same way as like not having food might impact you more immediately.
Yeah.
But, okay. This is another kind of broad question, but how do you see a role in the tribe? That could be like your family, your school, with your friends.
Mm, that guy.
You're that guy.
Yeah. Broad question, broad answer. Take it as you want.
Can I ask you to expand on that a little bit?
I don't know.
Like that guy over there, like he's
Mm,
not super involved, or what does that guy mean?
well, he's not super involved most of the time. He's kind of weird, I guess, but he can also be cool. I don't have, a negative relationship with probably anybody. Um, yeah, just like I think people see me like as that guy doing his own thing, and sometimes he comes out of his cave and complains or has fun. I don't know.
Or has fun?
Yeah, either or. And sometimes like this is terrible. I hate it, which I'm trying not to do. But I've people have been people have said in high school mostly that I was like they thought I was like a very stuck up kind of guy because I used
Okay.
to dress in all the kind of formal clothing because I have that phase. Um, and they thought I was like all serious and shit, and then they came to a party with me and like, oh shit, this guy is kind of wow. And I've been known as the drinker.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I often at parties I drink a lot. I really enjoy drinking. and I am not an alcoholic. Just saying.
Okay. Ju-
Yeah.
It's, is that just at parties that you drink?
Oh, not only. I mean, I don't drink that much. I drink like t- twice a month, not even, probably like once every like 2 months. Sometimes it will be like 2 times a month. Sometimes it will be no times a month.
Sure.
But that's pretty rare, I think. Um, yeah, I sometimes I'll just drink. I don't drink alone necessarily, even though I kind of like it sometimes. Kill me, crucify me, but like I guess I like drinking alone, turning on some 50s rock and dancing. I guess.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, but I like uh gatherings of a couple of people where you drink and talk and have fun. I have drunk on Discord in these desperate times, multiple on multiple occasions. So yeah, I don't know. I forgot what was the question at this point.
Um, well, uh, I don't think we had much more than what's on the screen here. It's just kind of how do you see yourself fitting in with the different groups?
Yeah,
Uh,
so I
what
think
about your
I've got the
family?
opinion. I've got the opinion of drinking a lot because I do drink a lot on occasion. I will drink until until let's say until I cannot drink anymore. Put it lightly. So either like the alcohol runs out, or I'm spitting it out, or doing something else that extracts it out of my body.
Okay.
So, but I'm never like a problem. Like I don't pass out. I can take care of myself when I'm in that state. So I'm not bothering the tribe with that.
Uh, okay. I guess that surprises me when you say I drink until I can't drink anymore, that you would be able to take care of yourself in that state. But
Yeah, I don't know. Like, just my body will just reject it before I can like black out or do anything.
okay. Well, drink responsibly out there, viewers. Um,
Yeah. Not everybody works like me, unfortunately. But I do hate alcohol.
you hate it.
I mean, I hate the taste of it. I
Oh,
could drink vodka for a long time. I could drink it like from the bottle straight up. Now when I do that, I just cannot swallow it. I just cannot drink vodka anymore. And slowly, I've been ticking off every kind of alcohol that I cannot drink. I can drink, uh, those beers for girls that have, you know, of different, flavors, like apple. I can drink apple cider. Mm, and I can drink Jägermeister, which is my favorite kind of drink. There's also something that I don't know if it's called like that all over the world, but we call it kamikaze, and it's very nice. It's sort of a blue liquid. It's pretty nice. Yeah, yeah. But Jägermeister can pack a punch.
I've never had
Also,
that.
yeah, it's very good. It sounds it's like cough medicine. Yeah.
Sounds very appealing.
I mean, I like this taste of cough medicine personally.
I mean, apparently.
Yeah.
Um, what about animals? How do you feel about animals?
Oh, that's a broad question.
Do you have any pets?
I used to have pets. I used to have a cat, which I loved very deeply, and which sadly passed away
No,
last year, and I
I'm
was
sorry.
pretty broken up about it. Yeah, it's been more than a year. I bet it was on the 1st of June, which is funnily the same day I got him.
Hmm.
A couple of years before that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Or am I fucking this up? I don't think it was June. Like I know I got him on the 1st of June, but I don't think he died on the 1st of June.
Oh.
I think but like it was around that time of the year. Yeah. Yeah, I love my fucking cat deeply. It was like, the one of the closest living beings that I was to, I guess. It's pretty pathetic in a way for some people, I guess.
Oh.
But yeah, I miss my cat. He was such a good boy. He was a lot like a dog because he was like very extroverted. Um,
Mhm.
you know, he liked people a lot. Would just want you to pet him, as opposed to some cats just which are just like fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he was needy. He was super needy. He was he was like, yeah, he would just come into the house and just meow until somebody took care of him.
Was it a long-haired cat?
No, it was like what I would call a normal cat.
Okay.
Which I don't know how to describe him. Like, I guess
Mhm.
brown is the color. I don't think that's the color. Maybe I'm
Brown?
shitty at colors. I mean, wait,
I mean,
cat.
brown is definitely a
Or
color.
I mean, I don't think that was the. I I guess I'm gonna. I don't know if I can send it to you. I'm gonna send it on Discord, and you tell me, please, what color is that? That was kind of the same color as this cat is. Just a bunch of colors, a bit of black, a bit of white, I guess,
Okay.
but like
How
mostly that color. I don't know what to call it. It's kind of like
cute.
brownish, green. It's not on the normal color scale, I'd say.
It was cat colored.
Yeah, that's what I would call it, just like normal color of cat.
Oh, what about other animals?
I've had some cats before. I was pretty close to some dogs that weren't mine, but friends, aunts, mostly aunts, dogs. Yeah,
Okay.
and two of those also passed away.
Would you
Uh,
consider yourself an animal lover?
I don't know. I guess I like animals and I get along with animals. But I'm not gonna say I love every animal out there. No,
Okay.
just I like animals as I like people. Would I call myself a people lover? It's the same kind of question
It's a
for
case by
me.
case basis.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I do like most people and most animals probably.
So when you meet a person or an animal, you kind of assume you're going to like them.
I mean, it would be very unhelpful to assume otherwise.
Mhm. Um, do you have any like specific memories from your past, like when you were growing up?
Meaning what age exactly?
Whatever. I was kind of thinking like earlier, but if you don't have one, like do you remember meeting
Mm,
like one of your best friends or something like that, and or
I
maybe
remember
an early experience with one of them?
talking about with with the person who would later become my best friend in like uh kindergarten, about how his dad died. That's sort of a thing I remember. I mean, I remembered. I don't remember what we exactly talked about. I just remember that he said he died. I think that's about it. And there
Hmm.
was a and we did that next to uh what do you call that? A bowl swimming pool. You know what I mean?
Bowl swimming pool,
That's what we call that here. But
like
like
an
you
above
know, we've
ground.
got you've got a bowl. You've got bowls in like you've got little, not that little. You've got plastic balls thrown into a space, and children play in it.
Like an inflatable pool.
Kinda.
Okay, you googling again?
Yeah. Uh,
A ball pit.
ball pit. Yes.
Oh, wait, is it a ball pit?
Yes, it is a ball pit. We were talking
Oh,
about death next to a ball pit.
oh, okay. I thought you were saying a pool that looked like a ball or something. Okay.
No, no, no. I also remember I was very scared of uh thunderstorms, and a lightning hit just outside of our kindergarten building there. I used to like cry in the corner every time I would, uh, yeah,
Hmm.
there would be a storm. I would just cry.
Do you still do that?
No, I swear I don't do that anymore. Please believe me. I don't. I don't.
Hmm. Do we believe him, audience?
Just
Write about
make
that
up
in the
your mind.
comments below.
If I did, there would be no shame in that. I think,
Yeah, maybe a
but
little
but I
bit.
don't. But I no shame. But I don't. Yeah.
Um,
Yes. The ultimate childhood plaything,
do
in
you
my opinion. I miss ball pits.
ball pits? You could
Yes.
you could still have one.
It's kind of weird. Be kind of weird at this point.
Yeah. I guess you could have one in your front yard, and invite the neighborhood kids over.
That's kind of creepy.
That was kind of my point.
Yeah.
Um, what do you have a favorite season?
See, I was about to say season of what,
Seasons of
but
love.
probably fall.
Why?
Because it's not too warm, not too cold, and I guess it sometimes looks nice. It's, that's probably enough, because all the other uh, seasons fucking suck. I guess spring is pretty okay, but winter and summer too extreme for me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Do you go outside a lot in the fall?
I mean, I don't go outside a lot these days. Last fall, I went outside a lot, I think. Yeah, pretty much all the time.
What'd you do out there?
I was partying in the clubs, and
Uh,
yeah, mostly that, I guess. And I kind of got it out of my system. I said never again. I don't like it anymore. That's enough. But I did have a period of that.
how long was that period? Like you went out like twice?
Mm, no, it was like 2 months, I guess.
Okay. What were you doing? Like dancing?
Yeah, that too. Mm, yeah, but like mostly I try to avoid dancing. But sometimes I would kind of get in the mood to do that. Mostly I would just like talk to people, socialize.
Okay. So these weren't like really loud clubs or
Oh, they were loud, but like what can you do?
no. I feel like I can never talk to people in those because I can't hear what they're saying.
Yeah, I mostly like if there's like a party and there's like some uh what I like to uh cultivate what I call the outdoor culture, which is this just people coming out to smoke mostly, and I just sit there and just toss through people with yeah with talking outside like that if I can, if it's not too cold and there are any people outside. Yes, but you can also just scream,
Scream.
shout, I guess.
Yeah, because it's loud. Yeah.
Yeah. Confuse scream and shout and yell because it's the same word in my language, but yeah, I guess means a
Uh,
little different things in English.
yeah, kind of. It's all kind of the same to me. But maybe to an English major.
I mean, how I see it, screaming is more of a just just making a screeching sound, just without actual words, and like shouting is
Right.
using words, and the yelling is probably directed at someone, I'd say.
Do you ever yell at people?
Once every couple of years.
What about what like pisses you off?
When people don't let me sleep, it's probably it. It's probably the only times I let my anger out.
When you're just like cranky?
Yeah, yeah. I'm just like, please don't disturb me while I'm trying to rest. And yeah, that's about the only time I can think of when I was getting angry.
Hmm.
And if I get like super angry, I always feel ashamed for it. This is like, yikes. Because people mean well, and they weren't trying to, disturb my sleep to mess with me, at least most of the time. So it's,
Sure. Okay. Do you have like a favorite movie?
I've I used to have like a golden trinity of movies because I have like layers. Like there's like my favorite movies. Then there's just like the best movies of all time, I guess. And it's like a pyramid kind of.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah. So like, but like my golden trinity became four movies, so it's not cool anymore, I guess. Which I can say what those are. If anybody dares to question any of my choices, I will murder them. Just saying. So it'll probably be Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, uh, The End of Evangelion, A Clockwork Orange, and the movie about the Doors called The Doors, which are really about Jim Morrison and not the Doors. So the movie kind of lies to you with the title.
What about those movies do you particularly like?
Well, I just unconsciously get attached to them and watch them, over and over again. But what I've actually, as I thought about it, what I thought all those movies have in common is Just all of them have, oh fuck, no, 5 movies. How dare I? Also Train Spotting.
Okay,
How could I skip that? Yeah.
that's the least of them.
I feel ashamed right now of that. It's like I committed a major sin. Yeah, but like what all what all those movies have in common is they all have some kind of tie to the theme of individuality, whether that be condoned or put as something. I don't think it's ever put as something bad necessarily, but I don't think it's condoned in any of the cases, except Evangelion. Maybe there's like, hey, individuality, that's great. But in other movies, it's like, the characters are mostly, menaces to society, and they do their own thing, even though I guess I'm very FI in that way. uh like, they like, live outside of society because they don't obey the rules put on them by said society, and that has varying results. Sometimes, they take drugs, sometimes they kill people, but they're all, doing their own thing as
Right?
opposed to obeying.
Do you find that inspirational?
I don't know what I find that. I just found a common theme
Oh,
for those
okay.
movies, and just happens to match up that way. I don't know what that says about me,
Hmm.
why I like it. I just they all have that element.
You don't know why you like it?
No, I can only speculate.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, um, I want to say something, but like, yeah, I probably don't. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Uh, when you rewatch them, do you pay close attention, or are you doing other stuff?
Depends on the time, but I usually don't do multiple things at the same time, so I mostly pay attention, I'd say.
Okay.
But I will watch like bits and pieces. I rarely like watch them all the way through. I just, hey, I want to see this fragment of that movie
Okay.
today, so I just watch it. And sometimes, yeah.
I've literally never done that, by the way.
Hey, what kind of what can that thing be? I guess.
No, it's just not something I ever like think like, oh, I need to go like rewatch this specific part of a movie. Like if I want to rewatch a movie, I'll rewatch the whole thing. So I don't know why that is, but just interesting that I've just never done that. You know, like it makes sense to do it. I just have never had the
I don't
urge
know
to
if
do
it
it
makes
myself.
sense to
So,
do it. Why not rewatch the whole movie? I guess. Well,
I
I
mean,
guess you might not have
it's
time,
not.
but like, I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
not very time efficient.
Yeah, but like I'll often just start a fragment and I'll get like so into it that I just will watch it till the end. So yeah, I say so. Yeah, a lot. I think I'm not sure, but I think I've said that before with that kind of way, and it's
I'm
like
sure you
not
said
really
it
saying
before.
anything. Yeah, I think if I said it at least twice in this conversation, then it's too much, probably.
So yeah.
So yeah.
Um, do you ever cry watching movies?
No.
Do you watch sad movies? I don't know if any of those are particularly sad. I've seen two of them.
Mm. Oh,
So,
I think I might have cried at the end of Train Spotting, actually,
hmm.
but that was like once. But I don't cry on movies. I don't know. They don't make me cry. I do watch sad movies. I try to like cultivate crying in myself. I like to cry. I like to be sad. But I don't know. So I guess movies don't do it for me
Hmm.
with crying. Watch them for different things.
Apparently, I made Vivian laugh about trying to ask if you would cry at movies. You might be lying. Who knows?
Why? Yeah, I mean, I about every other medium has made me cry, and
Oh,
books, games, yeah, and anything else you could think of, but yeah, not movies.
hmm. Right. Um, well, we've been talking here for over an hour, so I think I'm gonna wrap up the interview here. Is there any last thing you want to say or talk about?
Mm, do drugs, kids, to expand your mind and reach the higher consciousness. Surrender your ego and become one with infinity.
All right. Well, you heard him. Get out there,
And do some drugs.
but do it legally. Follow the law.
Yes, disclaimer: do it only legally.
Yes. All right. Go to Amsterdam.
Somehow. Yeah.
If you have any thoughts on Marcel's type, there's a form in the description that you can fill out. But other than that, I'll see you guys later.